Again.
It did. It felt a lot like you were on vacation, maybe in Cancun or in Florida. It was super muggy, super hot, and with that, we're leading to still just a few showers. Right now, the activity, though, really concentrated out over toward the desert communities. You can see one lone shower hanging just to the east of Borrego, and it's going to continue to pull away from our region. However, models are still forecasting that there is a 10 to 20% chance of rain for us by our evening commute, closer to around 5 o'clock. In fact, here's your forecast. Once we get to 5 o'clock, there's some shower activity that may pop up out over toward the mountains. So if you saw any sunshine in Julian and Mount Laguna, those spots where we could see some of the rainfall come your way. Also maybe out over toward the foothills, getting closer toward Pine Valley and staying that way for you mostly by around 6 o'clock. So now that the rain is going to come to an end this evening, our mind is going to focus on the much cooler air coming our way. We'll talk about that coming up in your full forecast. Guys? We saw a little bit of rain, and we are going to see those temperatures starting to cool. We have a big change, especially out toward Borrego. The dew point into the 70s. Remember, this is usually what they see in New Mexico as well as in Florida. It is extremely sticky. Temperatures, though, only 75 degrees under those clouds, but still fairly warm. The further out to the coast, you get about 74 degrees there. Also a fairly sticky dew point, but slightly lower, and winds about 10 miles per hour. When we get that cold air to arrive tomorrow, we will also get a breeze to increase throughout the area, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that low pressure system that's been picking up all that tropical moisture, it's continuing to push further to the east. And look what's waiting in the wings, the dip in the jet stream. And boy, does it bring a dramatic cool down. We're talking about temperatures falling about 5 to 10 degrees. It's also going to increase the onshore flow, so the marine layer will be back. It does not last long, though, because as quick as it's here, as quick as it's gone, we have Santa Ana conditions coming in right behind it. Here's the roller coaster ride of temperatures. By the time we get to 6 o'clock tonight, still pretty much looking at mostly cloudy skies in the lower 70s for the coastline. Inland areas, the mid to upper 70s for you. Now, tomorrow morning, with that increased marine layer, we could see some drizzle. Right now, looking like a 10% chance of it. So we're not quite done with the rain. I would not go wash your car just yet. Temperatures into the upper 60s for the coast, inland areas, looking at about 62 into Ramona, maybe the 50s for you out toward Alpine. Now, by the afternoon, watch the big difference here. We are only looking at 60 into Palomar Mountain, 69 out over toward Encinitas, but then already on Friday, starting to notice those numbers begin to increase. We'll see those jump about 2 to 5 degrees for you, going for 78 in El Cajon once we head through Friday. Coming up, we'll talk about a little bit of a break for you. Elsewhere, though, when we take a look at the 48-hour totals, out over toward Palomar Mountain, picking up over an inch and a half of rain. Ramona, about half an inch for you, almost that into Poway, and out in Encinitas, around 3/10 of an inch of rainfall. The same for you into downtown San Diego. We will see the chance of drizzle tomorrow morning as we see another storm system come on through. Right now, the rain is starting to wrap up, though. Closer look, there's just one little area that we're seeing some spotty showers out toward Alpine Heights. But with that drizzle that comes tomorrow, we will also see our winds increase with the second round of storms. So with that, a wind advisory is up for the mountain and desert communities until Friday at 2 a.m. You can see some gusts 45 to 60 miles per hour. Coming up, we'll take a look at your hour-by-hour wind forecast because it does look like it will extend all the way to the coast. Guys? We have a totally separate system coming through. This one's going to kick out the moisture, and instead it will bring in gusty winds and some much cooler air. However, it doesn't last long. Right now, wind speeds about 7 into Del Mar. We're seeing them a little bit higher in Campo at around 13, but nonetheless, tomorrow everyone will see their wind increase. I think breezy for the coast inland communities, about 10 to 15, and obviously a little bit higher out toward the mountain and deserts. Temperature-wise, though, with the humidity, it feels even warmer than what these values are reading. 79 currently in Escondido, the same for into Fallbrook, and 78 rolling up through Oceanside. Values today have just been unpleasant for us. But remember, there is a change, and with that, we will notice our temperatures beginning to fall with some drier air coming on down. A look what's happening across the nation. Notice some heavy rainfall now coming throughout Minnesota and even portions of Iowa. You can see portions of red coming in. 4 inches of precipitation possible there. Flash flood watches up in that region. Back here at home, when we focus more on those wind speeds with that wind advisory or that high wind watch that's forecasted for the mountain and deserts, we'll see by around 9 a.m. already their winds are increasing, gusting up to 30 into Mount Laguna, and even for the coast now dealing with some gusts up to around 12 miles per hour. They're going to peak closer to 3 p.m. We're seeing some 15-mile-per-hour readings out over toward Poway as far as gusts are concerned, and even into Acatalo, noticing about 46-mile-per-hour gusts. Once we head through about Friday, these wind speeds, while they are forecast to die down, still staying on the breezy side, calling it about 10 to 15-mile-per-hour winds for the coast and inland communities. 7-day forecast, with that breeze, we start to cool, especially for the first day of fall, going for 74 degrees on your Thursday, but by the deserts are looking at 90. That's a look at your 7-day